let's talk a little bit about recruiting. And I know some big news around here, and I mean big literally, is when you're a guy who's 6'6", 270 pounds, and you're a sophomore, well, you're definitely going to get some attention. But when you head to a national invite and you wow them there, you're going to now get a lot of attention. I'm talking about Detroit Loyola sophomore. He's a defensive end, Malik McDowell.
And he's only 15 years old. That's the amazing thing. At 6'6", 270 pounds. And he's been on the radar of college coaches for quite a while now. So going to the Adidas Invitational, they just wanted to see, his 40 time and some different things. They do some one-on-ones after they do, the normal combine testing and different things of that nature. And he was the biggest guy there. And there were kids that were probably at least 2 years older than him. You could compare him to a William Golston type, maybe a little less athletic than William Golston, but he was dominant. He couldn't be blocked in any of the one-on-ones. He won part of the MVP for the defensive line. So he's impressive. He's got an Ohio State offer, Michigan offer. He just got offered today by Oregon.
Today,
USC.
right.
Yeah, he's blowing up on the national level right now.
Yeah, that's crazy. And give our viewers just a kind of insight as to what happens, like the Adidas Invitational. What happens there?
Well, similar to what AAU is to basketball, 7-on-7s and combines is to high school football now. And much to the chagrin of some high school coaches or other people, it's a way for these kids to get seen. And it's kids that, you know about Shane Morris, you know about some of the big guns, kids out of Cass Tech or things along that line. But what you don't know, are some other kids who are behind the scenes who, can really play. And that's a way for them to be seen by, scouts who are out there. We had, I think, 5 people there, from scout.com. There's, all the other recruiting sites that are there, blogs, and everything along those lines. So it's a good way just to get out there. You can see what they're like, what they can do with their feet, hands. They throw the ball a little bit, they catch the ball. They do a lot of things. Obviously, you can't recreate the physicality of it, but it's just a way for them to get out there and get some exposure.
Right. Well, speaking of the Adidas Invitational, there was another local boy who was there, felt he had something to prove. He's already a Michigan commit. Who am I talking about?
Jordan Lewis, of course, out of Cass Tech. Cornerback, he's probably going to play cornerback at the next level, but he's talked about playing wide receiver, and he came there, the first thing he said when we talked to him was, I'm going to show people I can play wide out. And boy, did he. He couldn't be covered. He was possibly the best player there besides linebacker Jalen Smith out of Indiana, who's favoring Notre Dame actually right now. But he was unbelievable. He couldn't be stopped. He caught everything. I mean, guys were draped all over him, and he was making the catch, and he was using his hands. That's the biggest thing for a wideout that you don't want to see. You don't want to see him, catching it in the body. So he did a really good job with that, and obviously as a corner, I mean, you look at Cass Tech, Terry Richardson, Delonte Hollowell, you can go back to Boubacar Sissoko. They have a history of corners. In my opinion, Jordan Lewis might be the best one.
Wow.